Alright, here we are. We won the die roll with Blue Red Storm. Let's play first. This is a little land heavy, but we are on the play. We have a sleight of hand and a ritual and a Metamorphose. It's good enough to keep. It's not the best hand I've ever seen. We don't have an engine card. Past in Flames is more of a finisher than an engine. But we can thin out our deck a little bit and play a cantrip on turn one. This should be good enough. Oh, there you go. Desperate Ravings.
Sweet.
We already have a ritual and a kind of ritual. Metamorphosis is a lot more than a ritual in this deck.
Yeah.
But Desperate Ravings is the kind of card, when you have redundant pieces, like Past in Flames, you don't care if it's in the graveyard or not. We've got another couple of land, we've got another couple of rituals. Like Desperate Ravings, the random discard doesn't hurt you so much in this spot. Ooh. Playing against...
Maybe twin.
I mean, that's the most ubiquitous blue-red Serum Visions deck.
Could be Scape Shift.
Could be Storm.
Could be Storm. Could be some asshole playing Storm. That's true.
I mean, no green source, no ramp. Inferior Return to Ravnica Steam Vents.
I think our Steam is a return around.
Mine signed. You can't tell online.
That's not a thing online, is it?
Definitely no. Let's Desperate Ravings.
And ideally we discard Desperate Ravings. What do we discard?
Steam Vents.
Oh, that's kind of good too.
Yep, I'm fine with that. I mean, we didn't draw a land.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Probably just twin with Ghost Quarters.
Potentially. That was good. I wanted to try and avoid sleight of handing into a land. That's lame. But now we can...
So we really need one of our engines, an Electromancer or a Ascension.
So we can sleight of hand and Desperate Ravings, or we can flashback Desperate Ravings.
Isn't it better to have one of them in your yard though, in case you want to get an Ascension and want to start triggering tokens on that? Counters on that,
I think it would be better to keep sleight of hand for that. So maybe it's better to flashback.
Okay, sure.
Alright. Let's pass the turn with the intention of flashing back our Desperate Ravings. You know, if we just go for the flashback there and he has Remand, like, we get blown out pretty badly. So,
You do it in response to their triggers. What do you get on the Steam Vents?
shocked with the Steam Vents. Okay, so...
I guess in response to Remand, maybe flashback.
I mean, he could have top deck Remand there, yeah, that's true. This way, hopefully we can... if he does have Remand, which is really good against flashback spells, they don't go back to your hand, they just get exiled. Then we can untap and like sleight of hand into an Ascension or something like that.
So we discarded Past in Flames and drew another Past in Flames.
Yes, and a Serum Visions.
I get.
Alright, we got a bunch of cantrips here. Let's Thought Scour first, because we have less control over what we draw. And that will inform what we want to take with Sleight of Hand. We discarded... okay, third Past in Flames hit the bin. Now we want to Metamorphose to make double blue so we can cast 2 cantrips.
Sure.
I don't mind burning the first Metamorphose, because you can get in the bin and Pyromancer's Ascension can use it later. Oh, there you go. We can cast 3 cantrips this turn. We're going off. I think it's pretty unlikely we want to get Steam Vents here.
Go to Basing Island, I think.
Yeah. Can't imagine a situation where we try and go off this turn and win. We don't want more land. I suppose we could take another Thought Scour.
Sure.
Serum Visions again. Gitaxian Probe is pretty free.
And the Ritual is probably
But really,
necessary.
Ritual... We've got 2 Rituals and a Metamorphose. So I feel like at this point all we need is the Ascension, so I'm just going to bottom both of these.
Can you go off without the Ascension? You can, I mean...
Sure.
Yeah, 2 examples, because I think we've only got one more fetchable target in the deck.
We've got Steam Vents, you're right. There is one more Steam Vents in the deck. Sorry, what was your question?
Can't remember.
Uh,
You can win without Ascension.
You can win without Ascension. You generally need Electromancer. I mean, there is the God draw where you just have turn 2, like, Ritual, Manamorphose, Past in Flames, Ritual, Manamorphose,
Sure.
Grape Shot.
Well, we've got
But that
5
is
lands.
so unlikely.
We've got 5 lands, so I mean, we could even be towards that. We got like tons of rituals.
So yeah, we can do the maths and say we've got 5 mana, Ritual up to 6, Ritual up to 7, Manamorphose stay on 7, Past in Flames go down to 3, Ritual up to 4, Ritual up to 5, Ritual. Like, we're pretty close, but we have no reason to pull the trigger right now.
Sure. Well, I mean, the thing is he could just win it into speed. He could be.
He didn't last turn,
Sure.
so unless he drew Deceiver Exarch this turn, I feel like we can wait one more turn. That changes my mind. So let's see what he's got. We'll go like this.
Yeah,
and
because
if he
we gets countered. Yeah.
yeah, and if he has Bolt, we can okay. I'm gonna cast Desperate Ritual here. If he has Bolt, we can use the other land to Desperate Ritual. Okay.
So hopefully he doesn't untap a land and counter this.
Yeah, that's
But he maybe just taps down one of our lands.
okay. No, he is untapping.
So that means we have. Do we have to go for it next turn? This turn? And feel
Well,
it
let's see
win?
if he has a remand. That seems very likely. Okay, so we can Ritual to 3, Ritual to 4. Okay, wait. We can Ritual to 3 red, Manamorphose to 2 red, 1 blue. Play the Goblin Electromancer, Ritual up to 3 red, and then try and Ravings into a Ritual.
Or we could just not go for it this turn and hope he doesn't have the twin, but how many cards he got in
5 cards in hand. And he's cast 2 Serum Visions.
it? Okay, so we kind of do have to go for it.
Yep. So let's cast this. We can't Splice. What a shame.
Maybe he'll get nervous and pack the negation.
That would be pretty great.
I mean, you can just let the remand resolve like you have to do so much
I feel like being tricksy.
So double blue.
No. Red and a blue. Because we want to cast the Electromancer and then cast Ritual.
Right. Oh god, it's tight. It's very tight.
Ooh, that was an interesting draw, but I don't think it changes our line.
No. Wait, is it better to just not play the Electromancer?
Well, we can Ritual up to 4 mana and then cast Past in Flames and not do anything. So no.
But if you ritual and then you can Desperate Ravings.
No, this is better. Because we're casting multiple spells.
Right, okay, yeah.
Alright, well, cross our fingers. Hope to die. Grape Shot. That is mighty interesting. Grape Shot,
Yeah,
your
that's
Deceiver Exarch.
Right. Can we do anything else first?
We can't flashback a Past in Flames because we didn't draw a Ritual. We could Ascension and then potentially die. So, yeah. Let's Grape Shot you.
But no, you gotta go through the Deceiver Exarch.
Yeah, we'll change 4 of the legal targets. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so 4 of them are going to Deceiver Exarch. And then...
Is there anything mutagenic growth?
I'm not playing around Mutagenic Growth. Jump. And we'll let this one red fizzle. I don't think that's what our opponent was expecting when he remanded our Electromancer this turn.
No, that was close. That was interesting.
Well, the good news is we have an Ascension in our hand, and we have a Serum Visions, of which we have 1 in our
The
grid.
bad news, of course, is that he is now untapped, and that's also good.
Roast, you know.
This is game 1.
Yeah, this is game 1.
Mainlord Roast.
I mean, do you bring in Roast against the Storm player? I don't think so.
That's true.
Ascension Serum Visions?
Well, maybe Electromancer flashback. Past in Flames.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't seem good enough. We'll have
Also,
3
we don't
mana.
have the mana to do that.
Yeah.
So ignore me.
I feel like we Ascension, get a counter, and then if nothing else happens, like there's no reason to play Electromancer now because it's not going to make any of our spells cheaper.
We can make flashback on
on desperate ratings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, Serum Visions is guaranteed here.
Sure.
And if we're going to play the 3 spells in our hand, there's no reason to play the Electromancer as the first spell. I don't think many Twin decks play Mana Leak, but they certainly play Remand.
They could be playing your favorite Logic Knot.
Props to the Logic Knot player. Okay, that's fine. We still get to do this. Spell Snare is a possibility, for sure.
It's a pretty real possibility.
No, alright, he did us the courtesy of fetching and then tapping, I guess. Okay, so we're setting up for a win next turn. Sleight of hand. Let's have a look at our graveyard. We do have sleight of hand, and
We don't have a Pyretic Ritual, so...
no. How badly do we want a Pyretic Ritual? We can keep the sleight of hand. So next turn, if we play Electromancer... Oh, we've got another sleight of hand in our hand, because we drew it off the Serum Visions. So we can go Electromancer down to 3 mana, Sleight of Hand, Trigger Ascension down to 2 mana, and then Ritual up to 1,000,000, and then go off.
Well, we need the Ritual, because we need to be able to flashback the Passing Flames.
The question is, do we want the Sleight of Hand?
I don't think so. We've already got a Sleight of Hand.
Okay.
Of course, we still, like... The problem is, like, he's now in, like, Remand, flashback to, like, Snapcaster Remand, and if he remands a flashback Past in Flames, we're very set.
Well, we have... I think we have all of our Past in Flames in the graveyard. So if he remands every single one of our Past in Flames, it's bad for us. Alright.
We really want to get Taxian Probe.
Let's
just see what's up.
Sleight of Hand and see if we can do that. Because if we just find another Ritual, we could go off without playing the Electromancer, without exposing ourselves to that. So we'll see. See how our opponent can do. I don't think there's anything you would want to respond to Sleight of Hand with. Oh, there you go. Manamorphose or Taxian Probe. Pyretic. So in this spot, we can cast a Pyretic Ritual, get 2 copies, pretty indestructible to counterspells. Even if he does, we still get 3 mana, and we can Manamorphose. So, assuming he has no counterspells, we can Ritual up to 6, then Manamorphose up to 8, Flashback Past in Flames, doubly. You know, I feel like that's
The
very
thing
safe.
is, like, if we Manamorphose and he...
I don't think it's close, because Manamorphose is going to draw us cards either way.
Yeah.
So, the real question is, do we cast Electromancer? I think the answer is no.
If we Ritual here and he counters it, it doesn't matter.
No, because we're getting doubles.
And if he counters Manamorphose, it doesn't matter because we get doubles as well.
The thing is, if he has, like, counter bounce our Ascension with Electromancer, that's really bad for us. So I think with active Ascension, we can just go for it without the Electromancer.
Sure.
Alright, let's... Making copies. Making copies.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I think SNL in the 90s.
Okay.
What you got, buddy?
Snapcaster
Snapcast-
Remand.
Snapcaster Remand.
Which is good because that clears the way for our flashback.
You know, it'd be sick if he remands the real version and not the copy. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Remand targeting the copy. Well, we can't respond to that. I mean, we can, but we don't want to. So here's our Pyretic Ritual. We're going to cast Metamorphose. Making copies. Alright. We can have a pretty even split. We've got 2 dual lands untapped.
Sure.
Desperate Ravings is good. I feel like here we probably just want to make blue, though.
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow. We're really doing it now. Alright. So we're getting dangerously close to just grape shotting out of a hand, which is kind of nice. Depending on how we draw, we could just go for that. Pyretic Ritual. Alright, this is looking pretty good.
We haven't played land this turn, I don't think.
We might as well keep it in a hand because we could randomly discard it to
Sure.
Desperate Ravings. Alright, yeah, this is looking good. Let's see. After this, we can Grape Shot for lethal.
Yeah, but
And
one
if
more
it
than
doesn't,
lethal, right?
if it doesn't work, we still have Past in Flames, Grape Shot. So let's just make sure we have enough mana for that. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 5, so 9. So we're quite clear of that. So we can just Grape Shot our opponent here, and know that we have backup plans in case something goes wrong.
Yeah, well, if he counters, he goes to 1, right? 'Cause we
He
have
could
exactly
counter 1 copy, but Storm is 7, which means a normal Grape Shot would do 8.
Yes.
But we have an active Pyromancer's Ascension.
Oh, so
Our
there's nothing he can do. He need double spells now.
same targets, please. Yep, that went well.
Whew.
So yeah, I think the key turn was when he went Deceiver, Exarch, untap, remand your Electromancer. He got a lot of tempo on us that turn, but we were able to recast the Electromancer and
Being able to grape shot the deceiver was very nice.
I always love a situation where you can Grape Shot their creatures. That's such a sweet line. All right, so we're playing against what seems to be pretty normal twin. He has Roast, which will probably come out. And
Ghost Quarter is kind of interesting, I guess.
I guess it doesn't impact us very much.
Nope.
So against Twin, I love Defense Grid. It's better than Dispel because it also turns off their creatures from being well, it makes them cost 2 more.
Sure.
Blood Moon seems bad. He seems straight blue-red.
Bolt seems bad.
Yeah, we definitely don't want Bolt. Echoing Truth.
Truth seems good.
Yeah, that seems fine. Shatterstorm's obviously bad. We don't want bolts. So these are our possibles. I think we definitely want the Defense Grid and the Dispels. Now, it's hard to tell how much hate people pack. So you generally want to assume that, Echoing Truth is going to be good against some sort of hate. It's good in this matchup because you can bounce in response to Splinter Twin and still get value out of it, even if they don't have something like a Rest in Peace, which is something like a hate card you want to bounce. So this can stop their game plan and stop their disruption.
That seems very good.
Yeah. I think... How do you feel about bringing in all of these, taking out some number of Past in Flames, Grape Shot, and Thought Scour?
I mean, I do think that, like, given that they can combo you, this is potentially a game where you do want to be... Plan A still wants to be Grape Shot.
Yeah, I don't think Twin often packs that much graveyard hate.
Well, it would have to be only colorless graveyard, so it's really going to be
Like Relic.
Relic or Trauma Script.
Okay, well, how about we keep in 2 Past in Flames,
Yeah.
and then we cut the Thought Scours,
Sure.
and maybe only have 1 Empty the Warrens. That might be a little thin on win conditions.
We've got 1 Grape Shot, 1 Empty the Warrens. 2 Empty the Warrens.
Yeah, 1 Grape Shot, 2 Empty the Warrens, 2 Past in Flames. Maybe we don't need both Echoing Truths. But I think on the play...
I think
on the
Echoing
draw
Truth is good. Do you really need to bring the Empty the Warrens?
So what are you suggesting? Like, something like this instead?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, how is taking out the Thought Scours? I don't know. Like, is that really good? Like, that to me seems...
I'd rather have the Desperate Ratings.
Sure.
I think when we're on the draw, we probably need to be able to go off faster.
Okay. So we've ended up going with 1...
We've got 1 empty, 2 Grape Shots.
Sure.
Leyline of Sanctity seems pretty unlikely.
That'd be really
That'd be pretty amazing. I've never seen that out of Twin. Alright, well, we're 6 minutes behind our opponent. Let's try and pick up the pace.
Sure.
The Storm has a lot of interesting... Like, you're casting way more spells in a particular turn than any other deck. That's kind of how it works.
Yeah.
But obviously, discussing the plays takes more time as well. I think this is a keep.
Yeah, seems good.
We've got a Piece of Disruption, got an Engine or Finisher card, and a few cantrips. Our opponent doesn't seem to have an excellent hand if they're taking this long to decide. Yeah, I think cards like Dispel can be pretty interesting when you bring them in. In a matchup like this, where you can expect most of their disruption to either be... he did end up mulliganing. You can expect them to either be counterspells or maybe a Lightning Bolt to kill your Electromancer. Then it's a good card to have, but too many of them and your hand gets clunked up. I'm thankful that we only have 1. Like, you don't want Dispel and Defense Grid. That's pretty moot.
Yeah.
Alright, let's...
Basic Islands.
Yeah, let's use the Delta, because we could get either with Scalding Tarn. If we know we're getting Basic Island, Delta's better. And Serum Visions. So we're looking for engines, we're looking for card draw. Yeah, see, we don't really want an Echoing Truth here.
And you probably don't want the... You probably don't either, do you?
No, I don't really want either of these. What do you think of this island? Dragons of Tarkia Island?
Yeah, whatever. I don't really have a strong opinion. It's,
Ooh.
like, I have an opinion in paper cards, but it's like Moto. It's like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah!
It's all zeros and ones.
I don't know. I've been bagged out for having, my grab bag of islands in real life. It's a lot easier online to find the islands you want.
I think I only run foil basics in any of my real decks. No, wait.
Think... Foil Corset basics.
Foil corset basics, but ones with nice art. There's a really sweet Mirrored and Besieged mountain. I'm like, anyway, I'm getting it. It's not relevant.
Alright, let's fetch for a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Gitaxian Probe.
And then just do nothing, probably.
Yeah.
Is there any point in Gitaxian probing? Like,
well, we want to try and draw some interesting stuff here.
sure. But I mean, you don't really want to... If you get Electromancer, you probably don't want to play it, because it'll just get bolted or spell snared.
Let's find out. Spell snared or bolted, correct.
As I said. Oh, God, I'm good at this. No... So you really want to play as few spells as possible so we can't remand them and draw cards.
Yeah, he's clearly leaning on these remands. So remand, bolt, snare, Exarch. I thought we got rid of you. We could Manamorphose here, but we'd have nothing to do with the mana, so that seems bad. Let's just pass the turn.
Yeah.
If he does draw a land and go for, like, upkeep Exarch, we could Echoing Truth it. Because we got nothing else going on. We might as well, like, Time Walk us both.
Sure.
Looks like that might be what he's going for. No.
He's got the Loot House.
Yeah, but he's got all spells in hand.
Yeah.
I still don't think there's anything we can do here.
Just play a tap, shock, and then pass.
Alright. Drogo. Classic blue mirror. These decks, we played 3 lands each. Serum Visions. They look like very similar decks. Yeah, we'll just Echoing Truth here.
I mean, he has to have... no, it's fine. He can't twin next turn because he hasn't got twin. And he has to draw both the twin and a red sauce. So it's fine.
But we're not doing anything else with our mana this turn. That's the thing. Like, we don't need to try and 2-4 on our opponent. We just need to try and draw into whatever's going on.
What can Truth accomplish here?
It means...
It means he has to tap out in another turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatevs. I don't approve. I want my dissent noted.
Alright, fine. Well, this hand needs time. And if we can play spells that force him to remand, then he's not going to have the... so here he can untap and bolt our Electromancer. But we can dispel the bolt.
But he can spell... He's got Spell Snare as well. But he probably won't Spell Snare the Electromancer?
Let's find out.
But the thing is, like, we can dispel... Nah, I see this is... He's going to spell... He'll probably remand this, I guess, because he really needs to draw. No.
Alright, well, we're going to use the dispel while we have the mana.
And now he's going to remand the dispel.
Yeah, now he doesn't have a Deceiver Exarch on the table. So if he, like, across remand and draw step, if he was able to find...
I suppose.
That's...
Now, yeah, he'll just bolt it. Yeah.
So now we can Ritual, Manamorphose up to 5, Past in Flames go off. Except for the remand in his hand.
Yeah.
So let's wait until our hand's a little more resilient.
We can't go for instant speed because Past in Flames is a sorcery. And so is Graveshot for that matter. He really should have remanded this Electromancer.
I think he needs to draw cards.
Yeah, so he should have remanded Electromancer.
He should have at least bolted it. He went draw step main phase bolt? That seems strange. I don't know why you'd want to constrict your mana on this
I really
turn.
think he should have remanded the Electromancer just to draw the card.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Echoing Truth. Our buddy! We bottomed one and then shuffled and drew both. Alright, fine. I'll just sit here. This obviously plays into his hand, but we don't want to play Manamorphose on this turn because we might not have anything to do with the mana. If we draw an Ascension, We can't turn it on. Oh my god, we can trigger the Ascension with the Echoing Truth. Yes. Alright. What you got, Deck? Show me the goods. Okay. So, do you still dissent to Echoing Truth in the Exarch here?
I think it's no, I don't, because I think you can just do it in his turn, like
when he has counter spells
in response to the twin.
Is he gonna go for twin when we have Echoing Truth?
He doesn't know we have Echoing Truth.
He knows we have one.
He's seen one Echoing Truth.
All right, fine.
Go for it. Come on, go for it.
It would be pretty sick if he went for it here.
He.
We've seen Ghost Quarter, Tech Edge, and Loot House. This feels very greedy. Although I guess that's what the blue-red deck affords you. You know. Let's see. We'll fetch for Snimbins. Let's draw some action. Pyromancer's Ascension. There you go. Pyromancer's Ascension, Echoing Truth.
Yeah, that looks good.
Our opponent has double Remand.
He's got. Do we know about them? Yeah,
we know he still has the 2 Remands. He hasn't cast any of them yet. So how do you feel about playing Ascension twice into 2 Remands?
Fine. He can't kill us. I mean, I guess you maybe want to hold up the Echoing Truth in case he untaps Red Source's twin. But
well, the other thing we could do is Desperate Ritual, Ascension, 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 and have it on the table.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, okay.
At this stage of the game, turn 7, we have 5 land out.
But the thing is, if he just counters this, he can just double remand Desperate Ritual.
Cool, if he remands Desperate Ritual, then that's fine for me as well.
Sure.
We haven't seen any evidence of a red source or a twin in his hand. And he's drawn 2 lands. Yeah, there's a chance he goes off next turn. It's certainly possible, but I think we need to progress our own game.
I'd agree with that.
So he's going to remand this.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing we can do about that. Same thing. If we go Ritual, we'll have 4 mana and can Ascension through a remand. But if he remands this Desperate Ritual,
no, I just think you just play Ascension at this point.
Well, if we go Ritual and he lets it resolve,
yeah, then he'll just remand the Pyromancer Ascension.
But then we'll have 4 mana, so we can do it twice. Yeah, but
Sure.
if he remands Desperate Ritual twice, it's the same as remanding Pyromancer's Ascension twice.
It makes sense. He would do that. Now the problem is the way he did that so quickly that he's probably got the red source and the twin. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, we couldn't get much going there. Alright.
So that was game 2.
So how do you feel? Like, we saw 3 of our sideboard cards, and like I said, it clunked up our hand a little bit.
They weren't good.
So you want to keep our sideboard strategy? We didn't see any graveyard hate, interestingly enough. So we still got 2 Grape Shots and 2 Past in Flames.
We could lose Empty the Warren and bring back the other Past in Flames. Is that what you're thinking? Or put the Thought Scales back in for some less hate?
Well, yeah, I think Defense Grid and Dispel are still excellent in this matchup.
Mm-hmm.
The Echoing Truth is questionable when we're on the play because we want to be more assertive.
Sure.
So what we could do is take out 2 Echoing Truth and Desperate Ravings.
Right.
To bring in Thought Scour.
Yeah.
Which is a more graveyard-centric and faster card.
Do you want Empty the Warren still?
Well, what I'm saying is we can go like this.
Sure.
And now our sideboard has become take out 3 Desperate Ravings for a Defense Grid, a Dispel, and an Empty the Warrens. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I don't know how necessary it is to have the Empty the Warrens. Like, maybe you could just not play that and play like an Echoing Truth or a Desperate Ravens. More combo enablers.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Because you can Echoing Truth your own dude to up your storm count.
That's true. You can, if you're playing Remand, you can remand your own fancy lands.
So this seems okay though. Like you can play. Yeah, this seems. fine.
It seems fine. We can Serum Visions on turn 1.
Yeah.
And then Sleight of Hand on turn 2, play a tap land, if it comes to that.
But you'll probably get a land from your Serum Visions, like doing it.
The other thing we can do is play Sulphur Falls and guarantee Electromancer.
I don't think
but
that's good, because it'll probably just get bolted.
Exactly, yeah. He can bolt at any time. Whoops. Shivan Reef and Serum Visions. We definitely don't want Grape Shot.
You drew in on the Serum Visions, and we got this is good. So if you get Polluted Delta, then next turn you can Serum Visions and Sleight of Hand if you want.
Yep. And we probably want to Sleight of Hand first so we don't mess up our scroll.
And you want to play your Electromancer when you're 3 up, so you can dispel with Lightning Bolt or a Spell Snare.
Yep, sounds good.
Remand or whatever you want. How do you feel about this matchup? Who do you think's favored?
I think game 1 is in our favor,
Mm-hmm.
which is how it shaped out. I think post-board, Twin does not have very many tools to interact with it.
Sure.
You still get the counter spells, but you don't have like the high intensity
seem
ones.
like you probably just want the ritual around.
Yeah, I don't need more lands. Yeah, the Twin deck doesn't have a lot of intense hate. We can probably just bottom both of these.
Both,
Yeah, we've got 2 rituals in our hand. I feel like our sideboarding is very minimal. Their sideboarding is also probably pretty minimal.
Sure.
Because you still want to go like full throttle on the combo and try and race. So here we can go Electromancer, hold up Dispel. If he doesn't have anything to dispel, then we can Thought Scour. That seems okay. The other thing we can do is Electromancer. 1 mana gives us Ritual to 3, Ritual to 5, Metamorphose to 6. But we got nothing to do with it. So
You've only got 1. We got 2 draw spells.
let's Electromancer
Sure.
and hold up Dispel. So we'll counter a Spell Snare, we'll counter a Bolt. And now we're poised to ideally go off next turn, but we have to draw somewhat well.
Yeah. So
I feel like if
Yeah,
he
the
had a
Spell Snare
Bolt
wins
in his
spell.
hand, he probably would have used Bolt
That's
instead
true.
of Spell Snare, because Spell Snare maybe has less targets.
although now he
in
knows
his
about
mind,
the
but-
dispels now, so maybe he is thinking I need 2 answers to it. Potentially.
Potentially. So if he upkeep Deceiver Exarchs or Pestimites a land, oh okay.
Oh well.
Alright, well that's not what happened. Island. Let's lead off with a Thought Scour. Steam Vents, alright.
What do we mill?
Probe Metamorphose. So we can Metamorphose here to see more cards. Like if we Metamorphose into an Ascension, that's pretty good. I don't see what else it's doing for us here. We can't just sit here and do nothing.
Sure.
That Electrolyze is pretty good in this spot. Probably want... We haven't played a land this turn yet.
So probably
So-
double.
Yeah,
Really?
because if we go like Cantrip into Cantrip, then we want to be able to cast as many as we can. Okay, this is pretty good. So now we can
Play a
Electromancer.
yeah, sharpen. Now, of course, we still need to. We need this to live, and we need to draw an end, like a.
Well, we've got Past in Flames. We've milled a Past in Flames just now.
Okay, sure.
So, if our opponent has Zilch, which is unlikely,
7 cards match.
6 cards now. If he has Zilch, then we can go Ritual, Ritual, Past in Flames, Ritual, Ritual, Metamorphose, Metamorphose, and go off.
Sure. What are we thinking the odds of that are?
Depends on what we draw. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really matter what the odds are. This is good for us. This is excellent for us.
Is this a main phase?
This is an upkeep on our turn, Exarch, which means he probably doesn't have anything else.
Untaps one of his own things. We could have a counter spell.
Okay, yeah, now... Yeah, we still don't want to respond to this. So, we could probably...
Well, hang on. We could respond with ritual.
In our upkeep, then. We don't have
would
anything
be
else.
bad.
Alright, full throttle, I think. Like... This hand does nothing else except try and go off this turn.
You could attack him, and if he blocks, you can grape shot the thing really easily. The deceiver. There's no reason not to block. There's no reason not to attack, right?
That's true.
Unless he kills the goblin electromancer with like a bolt in our combat step.
Yeah, that's bad for us.
But does it really?
No, I think if we're going to grape shot his Deceiver Exarch, we're going to do that pretty easily anyway.
We haven't played land yet, have we?
No.
So play a land first.
No, because we could discard it to Desperate Ravings. I feel like we just go for it. I think your line is pretty cute, but
If you ritual once,
Stormcount's already won. No. See, Stormcount's already won. He cast Deceiver Exarch. So if we go Pyretic Ritual Dispel, Desperate Ritual Dispel, we can still grape shot his guy for 4 because he cast the Deceiver Exarch in our upkeep.
sure, okay.
So let's just go for it. Remand is awful here because he basically stops one of our mana and then taps out.
And actually ups our storm count.
So if he remands our Past in Flames, that sucks us.
But then we can still grape shot the things. That's not
Exactly,
the worst.
yeah. So we have a backup.
Well, hang on. Do you need this? Oh, we're flat out going for it. So yeah, I guess you do this.
Yeah. So Past in Flames costs us
wait.
4.
So maybe do play the land because you've got to play around manually.
I guess that's true.
Actually, it doesn't really make a difference.
What are you talking about? Yep. Alright, here comes Remand, and we can grape shot to see the Exarch.
Yep. Well, hang on. Attack first. And then we lose
That's true.
that 1 mana. But that doesn't matter. He's probably not going to block.
I don't think it matters. Because we're splitting damage either way.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so let's grape shot him. And then go
So-
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to deceive Exarch.
Now, let's be honest. This is pretty terrible for us. Like,
We're down to 0 cards in our hand.
and he's got 5. He'll have 6. Now he won't be able to combo us next turn, but you know he can just go to Plan B for twin. I mean, look, he's on a 8 turn clock. So we really want to draw like Passing Flames.
Yeah, if we literally just draw Past in Flames, we can cast it for 3 and go off. Oh jeez.
Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think we could have played around the Remand that turn.
No. Well, that's terrible.
We can play around Cryptic, I guess. Cryptic can still bounce it, but
So, are we playing around Cryptic?
we're playing our spells. And seeing what happens.
I think we're going to play the waiting game.
Waiting game sucks.
Upkeep.
This is bad. This is bad. Alright. Time to draw. Does Past in Flames still do it? We can Past in Flames for 4. No,
And then
Past
you
in
can't
Flames
do
doesn't do
anything.
it, no.
So you want like Serum Visions or something like through a spell. Oh, well,
Sleight of Hand with a Sleight of Hand in the graveyard. This is how it starts.
if this gets counted,
If it gets remanded,
it's great.
that's fantastic for us, because then we get to put a second counter on. Thought Scour, here we go. Alright, we're doing it.
And that's going to activate Pyromancer's Engine,
Correct.
which means even if he counters this, we'd still get.
Ugh. Brick. We can ritual into 6 red mana and do nothing with it.
We've got nothing in with flashback. We haven't got any Desperate Ravings.
No Desperate Ravings, no
It's
Past
fine.
in
He might not
Flames.
have twin. He might not have twin.
Don't have it. Don't have it.
Twin. Respond. Respond.
I want my mana. You will not deprive me.
I wonder what he's thinking right now.
He could back out.
Yeah, remand your own twin, dude. It's not worth it.
That seems quite unlikely.
Ah.
Alright. Alright, you got us. That was a pretty sweet match.
Yeah.
But yeah. Remand our flashback spells pretty bad, but we almost drew out of it. We drew into Ascension and then managed to get the Ascension off. The problem was
During that ritual at the end.
Thought Scour. So if we had held off on the Past in Flames remand, like the turn where he remanded our Past in Flames, we could have gotten our Ascension up, gone to 6 red, flashed this back with one floating, made double copies of it, and still not really got
I
it.
mean, he's got 3 other cards in hand,
So
so he
even-
might just have counter spells.
Even though we drew pretty much perfectly, which was Ascension into get our Ascension online,
Yeah.
holding onto the Past in Flames still wouldn't have done anything. So I think it was pretty obvious he had Remand there, but he also had Twin. You know, we couldn't really not go for it.
Yeah.
So he had like Electrolyze to 2 for 1 our Electromancers, but Spell Snare that we dispelled, Remand. Like, that was a pretty sweet interactive game, and he ended up getting there. It was close.
Yeah. That was good.